do do. Corona chat do 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 do. Corona chat do 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 do. Corona chat.
So, welcome everyone to our first attempted podcast. It's only a little something just to keep us up and going while the plague's ravaging the country and the world. So, first of all, I'd like to invite our guests. First, we've got John Diaz, our goalkeeping coach, who was our last interviewee, as well as Caitlin Pickett, our first interviewee. So, first of all, how are you both doing? How are you surviving?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at the moment, mate. Just stay home, work a week, and rest a week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm just doing uni online and working every now and then and just staying at home. So, yeah.
It's good. I suppose the main question is, particularly when we don't know when the season's going to come back around, is everyone keeping fit? Is everyone keeping healthy?
Yeah,
moment.
definitely. Oh, yeah, you go.
Go on.
John.
You go.
Yeah, well, you got to keep fit just in case. And so just been doing our own sessions, and our strength and conditioning guys from Woodford are giving us our own program. So that's really good. And hopefully everyone's keeping that going individually. Yeah.
It certainly seems like Woodford have been taking a great initiative, ensuring that the entire squad is able to keep fit within the means of our confinements. Certainly very fortunate to have them on board for the year and hopefully beyond.
I've actually started a web page on Facebook for the goalkeepers. So hopefully, they've been watching and joining in once in a while.
Which is good. Certainly we'll do what we can. And particularly considering the timings of things coming into place, with the whole coronavirus hitting almost days before we're supposed to have a first game down at Bulleen. What was that like for your perspectives, having this sudden, right, game day, it's coming up, and no game day?
Do you want me to go first? Obviously, it was really disappointing, especially getting to like a week before, where everyone was, at their peak fitness and all pumped up and everything. So to go from that to nothing at all was pretty drastic and a bit disheartening. But not to worry, it's for the best. So hopefully we can get back out there soon.
And how about on your side, John?
Yeah, I feel sorry for everybody, not just the players and the coaches, but the parents, the fans. Everybody's been waiting, everybody's been training hard, not just at the club, but even at home, yeah? So everybody's been psyched up, and all of a sudden you come to a stop, and then you think to yourself, what am I going to do? How many games can I watch over and over again? It's been hard.
Absolutely. Now, it certainly seems like much of the world has taken to following the Belarusian League. Have either of yourselves found a club to latch onto just to help get you through these past few months?
Not me, nah, not at all.
I reckon I've watched every game from last season. Every single NPLW game I've watched over and over. I reckon I can become a super coach now.
It makes me too sad if I watch them.
No, look, it's I like watching and I like showing it, so that way everybody's, at least you keep people interested, yeah?
Yep.
We don't want to just see other codes being on television, on Facebook and all that, so we got to keep promoting as much as we can like we're doing today.
Absolutely. Certainly we've seen great pushes to have Aussie rules matches really shown, the whole Legends game of the week and all that. On the Foxtel networks, at Fox League, they're starting to do the same this weekend. Certainly, it would be nice perhaps SBS taking the lead and even once a Saturday showing games from the NSL days, which certainly would, on one hand, it will draw an immense audience for themselves, purely because that's, I suppose, the emotional connection many people had and still have to the NSL. And certainly, on top of that, it's just, well, it's a pretty solid way just to get more people interested and just watch games. And it might not be the A-League. Certainly, lots of opportunity there for one of our free-to-air networks. Certainly, beyond the current situation, yes, it's a bit on the back burner. But there's certainly a lot going for the club and yourselves in the build-up for this year's postponed season, which has certainly led to one very, very strong rumour that perhaps the NPL will be played during the summer. What are your immediate thoughts of having a summer season for what was supposed to be now?
I'm waiting.
Sorry, we're going to keep doing this. You go, John.
I was just going to say, I reckon the longer the season takes, it's going to be harder for clubs that are actually sharing grounds with different codes. For example, if you've got a club that shares it with the cricket, who's going to get first preference, the cricket or soccer? You know, that's going to be a problem the longer it goes, especially in summer when you got cricket and other games and you're both sharing the same oval. Like yourself, Melbourne hasn't got that problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it would be with, seasons overlapping from W League to A League, how that would work. But yeah, I don't know if it would work out or not with, like John said, ground sharing and overlapping seasons.
Certainly, there's going to be, no matter when it starts back, there's going to be immense pressure upon W League in just how they're going to respond. And certainly, in my own opinion, over the past few years, perhaps they've been a bit sluggish in trying to respond to the changes of the league and its needs. So perhaps it might be a blessing in disguise should this be a bit of a struggle for the next season for the W League, purely just to cope with all the administrative nightmares that ultimately bring about.
I'm hoping that we actually get to play maybe a lightning premiership or something. Yeah, one game during the week, one game on the weekend. And the more games we get in during the week or on the weekend, the better. Even if you have to shorten, the time. Instead of playing 90 minutes, you might play 70 minutes. So the players can recover. I'm pretty sure there's not many players around that have played 3 games during the week.
Yeah, certainly, maybe not in Australia, but other places, particularly in the UK, where we can see fixture congestion, where clubs end up having 3, even had 4 games in a week. So, I mean, yes, it's not the healthiest for players from their perspective, but certainly it's shown it can be done. It has been done. Whether it will be done is a different matter entirely. But I suppose that is up for the federations to decide once they can actually do something about things.
I read today as well that Chinese national team, the national league that they've got in China, they started training on the 13th of April, most of them. So their football is going ahead. So I was reading about it a few minutes ago. So that's one good news on behalf of football. See what happens here. I reckon we'll probably be starting late June, actually.
Certainly, June tends to be the earliest foreseeable dates. I think nationally, every federation has been capped at nothing before the 31st of May. So certainly, June is very, very possible. So taking a step back from the NPL itself, so there was a lot of big things going on in the world of football prior to the whole crisis. For example, in Germany, we've seen numerous supporters groups, ultras groups across the Bundesliga, as well as in lower divisions, take a stand against a very controversial and often hated figure in German football, the owner of Hoffenheim, Dietmar Hopp. Now, it doesn't, depending where either yourself stand on the issue, if you're familiar with it all, there's certainly been a lot of controversy both sides, both in terms of the conduct of supporters in their protests against Mr. Hopp, as well as actions taken by Hoffenheim, whether or not it is officially sanctioned by Herr Hopp. Now, for those who aren't familiar, Dietmar Hopp is very much almost, I suppose, the antichrist for German football supporters. He's a big money bags figure coming in, buying a club, taking up from the middle of the regional leagues all the way up to the Bundesliga, and has really been the epitome of the encroachment of the whole modern football scene into Germany. And this is well before the rise of RB Leipzig in the east of the country. I'm told things, while such protests have been going on for a number of years. Most recently, we've seen a bit of controversy how players, instead of, they initiated their 3-step protocol, first announcing to fans that they must end their particular chanting and their protests, and then moving on, getting to the stage where we saw players effectively boycotting the match, just kicking the ball around. Now, while this didn't have any impact to the results of the game, by that stage we've been pretty well established who was going to win. It certainly showed a bit of a nasty side to where the DFB might be heading towards, in which protests against owners, particularly controversial owners, they get very much restricted. And yet it's cases of racism, as we've seen throughout Germany, as well as Italy most recently, seem to be getting almost fair go. What do you reckon is, where we stand on? Is this something that's we expect to continue? Should it continue? Or perhaps it's more of a warning of what we should perhaps be trying to avoid developing here in Australia as well as to Germany?
I'm going to let John take this one. I'm not familiar with the story at all.
All right, I'm not really familiar about what's happening here, so I'm guessing that sometimes that owners, all right, they do own the club, yeah, but they want too much of a say. Not just the way that the fans deal with their way they support the club. Also, the owners, they decide who they get to sponsor, who they don't get to sponsor. Sometimes you might have a player that's a fantastic player, yeah, but because you got the owner that's got the money, if he doesn't like him, he won't take him. So if we're talking about the owners, I reckon the owners should just run the club, get the sponsors, but let the coaches and the staff do the job. And if the fans want to be stupid, they should have like a free rule warning and then bang, get moved or warned or something, not just, boy telling them to get lost and they'll find another team or something. I just think let the coaches do their job, the managers do their job, the owner do their job, and the fans, without fans, you haven't got a team, yeah? I want to have a fan there to listen, to watch the games if someone scores a goal. I want them to cheer. Now, if you're going to be playing games with no fans at the moment, that's going to be crazy. Imagine South Melbourne scoring a goal and not one person being there or clapping. Yeah, that's my point of view. Hopefully that I made sense. But, yeah.
Yeah, certainly a very possible future and one that's not desirable for all parties.
The only thing I would like, if we couldn't get anyone to watch our game because of the situation that's happening now, is background noise. Like, you know, we've got the technicians at South Melbourne that can actually make background noise. I've just downloaded an app if you want to hear it, which is fantastic. Check this out, yeah? You've scored a goal.
Woohoo, artificial crowd.
You might just do the trick. Certainly, we've seen announcements at the Premier League, maybe taking steps to having initial games played behind closed doors. Certainly, that is a very strong possibility, both at professional stance, but at our level, at semi-professional and amateur level, it might just be the one way we're going to be getting games back up and running. I don't think the federations are going to be making too much of an impact on the WNPL, purely because it's mostly a few parents, the odd partner and a pet. Beyond that, you're not going to get too many people around. So perhaps we might be safe by the time it all reboots. But who can say? It's not our decision to make, unfortunately.
Yeah, we gotta just work out a way now that we gotta take our game, South Melbourne, to someone's house or put it on the iPad, on the computer. You know, we gotta make sure that we promote it much better than other clubs. Yeah, so I know it's a hard job, and there's people that, like yourself, that can do it. You get me? So, Will, what you do, man, like I've said before, everybody appreciates it, and you know that's why we're here.
Now, looking forward into when our season does eventuate again, where would you like to see us as an organisation alongside yourselves in supporting the club, in supporting the team? Actually, where do you want the Lass to be in 2-3 months' time when this is all dissipated and back to business?
I'll let you answer. All right. I'll answer.
Sorry, I just cut out.
There we go. And we're back.
Back. Sorry.
All right. So your question, yeah, where do we think the team should be? Yeah, correct, Will?
Yes.
All right. I'm hoping, yeah, that the girls have stayed fit, and because they're professionals, yeah, this isn't a community team, yeah. So I'm 100% sure that the girls are doing their exercises, they're watching games, they're practicing their week of foot, you know, they're jumping. They might not be competing against anyone, but like I said, they're professionals. They'll be competing against themselves. I'm pretty sure that they could sit down and watch what they've done wrong before and learn from there. Yeah. The more you watch yourself play, especially now that, you know, you can see yourself live, yeah, the more you watch, then you learn your mistakes. So I'm hoping that they're actually learning from their games that they've had online. And if they're at home, practice. You know, the more you practice, the better you get. If you've got someone that's playing State 5 now, yeah, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be playing Candy Crush. Yeah, so.
Well, anything to pass the time, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I obviously like to see us at the top when we get going. Obviously, it's going to be hard, but yeah, I trust the girls, and I know that a lot of us have been doing training, and I'm really confident that this quarantine won't affect our team at all. We'll be back to our full potential in no time.
Yeah, so hopefully we will be used to balls again and not toilet paper.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now,
have you done that challenge, Will? Have you done that toilet paper roll challenge?
I can't even do it with a football, let alone a bit of bog roll. And I'll leave it for the professionals. Final talking point for tonight. Now, in all likelihood, we will be seeing a June-July return. This also coincides with the establishment of the Ladies Active Supporters last season, and so our 1 year anniversary, or proper anniversary. What do you think should be the appropriate way for us as a community, as a club, to celebrate it in our bubble?
You answer.
Me?
Yeah.
Celebrate the anniversary.
Yes.
Okay. With a good old alcohol beverage and good music.
So pretty much business as usual.
Yeah. Hey, I got something nice here. Yep, and I've got myself a glass. I haven't had a drink.
Oh, you froze. I can't see it. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink for over a month. Yeah, which is pretty bad. Actually, it's pretty healthy. Have you got one?
Good on you, John.
What are you drinking, Will?
I've got myself the good old budget cider.
I've got myself some water in a Harry Potter drink bottle.
I suppose.
Oh, that's good.
With things starting to get back to normal, no more vodka raspberries and magnums for a while, I suppose. Well, if my clock is right, we're just about out of time for tonight. I'd like to thank our guests, John Dowes, our Colkin coach, and our recent signing, Caitlin Pickett, for joining us tonight. This has been our first podcast. I'm sure it will get a title in the coming days. Until next time, all the best. And to everyone listening at home, potentially at work, so on and so forth, we hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping sane in this very difficult period in history. And yeah, come on, South Melbourne.
Correct.
Woo. Thanks for having us, Will.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Girls, just to the team, yeah? Take care of yourselves. Keep training hard. And I can't wait to be back with yous and training with yous and watching yous develop and kick ass. Thanks, Will.
Anything to add, Caitlin?
Back again.
I think that would do. So yes, stay safe, everyone, and yeah, until next time.
Thanks a lot, Caitlin. Thanks, Will.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was good for our first session, and hopefully there'll be another program coming up.
Hope so indeed.
Corona chat, do 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 do. Corona chat, do 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 do. Corona chat.